Hello, brothers and sisters. I would like to summarize the investigation of the dates of upcoming apocalyptic events such as the eruption and destruction of Hawaii, the tsunami on the west coast, the destruction of San Francisco, a tsunami on the east coast, and the destruction of New York. This video is dedicated to Hawaii and California. The explosion of a volcano in Hawaii, in my opinion, as you saw in the last videos, will happen around October 25, 2022. This is the key date for this event. But I will make a stock and take the period from October 24 to November 9, 2022. I think that the eruption on the island, not the explosion, will begin earlier. Check out the photo that was posted in Lady Gaga's community on her YouTube channel in the spring of 2020. I believe that she portrays Pele, the Hawaiian goddess of fire and volcanoes. When the eruption begins, the lava will gradually flood the island. We can see this moment at this picture from Pet God's scene. To make it harder to guess what it is, the creators of the cartoon replaced the red color of lava to the green. Here is a Hawaiian hibiscus flower floating on lava. Here again we can see Hawaiian hibiscus and part of the Hawaiian culture of women wearing flowers. I think you yourself know how important flowers are in Hawaiian culture. They are like a symbol of Hawaii. Let me remind you that in the spring of 2018, a long volcanic eruption began in Hawaii and the film Icelands was released in the fall of the same year. Of course, this is not a coincidence, but warning that this eruption has just begun. In this music video, Katy Perry depicts a volcanic eruption in Hawaii against the background of a solar eclipse. Flowers here play a double role. They suggest that this is a Hawaiian island and depict lava flowing down the volcano. I think that in this frame she depicts the beginning of the last eruption against the background of the total solar eclipse of December 4th, 2021 in Virgo. Katy Perry also portrays the Virgo constellation. Note that the eclipse has a blue color. During the eclipse, of course, there will be a new moon. This will be the birth of the last moon in the year, the birth of cold moon. The effect that the last large eruption may begin in December 2021 is my assumption, and I cannot give a 100% guarantee. But if that happens, I wouldn't be surprised. So we will see. Here I think the partial solar eclipse of October 25, 2022 in Virgo constellation. Note that the eclipse has a purple color. This is the appearance at the same moment of the 10th moon of the year, the hunting moon. It is also called bloody moon. Here is a scene from Pet God that corresponds to this moment. This date, October 25th, 2022, when the Antichrist is born religiously, and astronomically, Mercury is born in the constellation of Virgo. The shaking of the Earth, the earthquake, will be caused by the explosion of the volcano at this moment. Here is this moment in the starry sky, constellation of Virgo, Mercury. And here is Virgo pregnant with Mercury. Pay attention to this symbol. The same symbol we can see already in another clip. We see the Virgin, the ring from the solar eclipse, the Sun and Moon, which in addition to the eclipse form a new moon. A heart of two halves is love between a man and a woman. From the heart there are two petals. It means also the fruit of love. What is the fruit of love? The embryo or child. Virgo is pregnant and will give birth. So in this symbol the same date is encrypted. It is October 25th, 2022. The same situation in the starry sky. Also pay attention to the words she sings when this symbol is shown. Wave. It means tsunami. As seen from live concert of Katy Perry. Here another music video. During an eruption, a volcano in Hawaii will explode so violently that it will destroy the Hawaiian Islands and cause a giant tsunami. How to achieve such a result? In this picture we see the all-seeing eye as well as the island of Hawaii itself. It means, in fact, we are talking about a tsunami that will be generated by the explosion of a volcano in Hawaii. Here is the island of Hawaii in the iPad God. Here are the bombs that will blow it up. Perhaps it will be nuclear torpedoes from a submarine which will hit the underwater base of the island. If you imagine that there is a deal behind your back, and her hands are arrows, then she shows 11-6 or 9-11 upside down and mirrored. There you can see the explosion of volcano. Bodies of people fall into the ocean from the blast wave and the destruction of the island. Lava and stones starting to fall down. Lava flows, ash from the eruption settles to the ground. The camera goes under the water and destruction of the island and tsunami. The island gets smaller and smaller and she jumps off it into the ocean. The island disappears completely under the water. Flowers, lava, blood, and corpses float under the water and on the water. This scene in the Pet God takes place after October 25, 2022. We are shown how quickly Lilith appears from under the water. This means that the explosion of the volcano and the destruction of Hawaii took place. Corpses and flowers float out of the water. Lava and blood in the water. Corpses and blood and lava under the water. In this picture, Lady Gaga represents the numerous corpses of people who will drift in the ocean in the area of destroyed by the eruption Hawaiian Islands. So, after the destruction of Hawaii, the tsunami will go in the direction of the west coast of the United States. San Francisco, San Jose, Monterey, Santa Barbara, Los Angeles, San Diego, and other cities on the coast will be destroyed. For example, San Francisco. It will be completely washed away. The tsunami will enter through the Golden Gate and through the city. All the cities in this bay can be flooded. How many millions of people will die? In this scene you can see the Pacific Ocean, Golden Gate Bridge, and the port of San Francisco. Golden Gate Bridge, port of San Francisco. Here we are on the observation deck on Alcatraz Island, looking southwest at the Golden Gate. A tsunami will come from there. In October 25, 2022, during the day in the sky above the Golden Gate, during the solar eclipse and the new moon, the constellation of Virgo will give birth to Mercury. At this time I believe there will be the destruction of Hawaii and the appearance of a tsunami. This is how it looks like in the starry sky, and at the same time the destruction of Comet Leonard will occur, as I have already told you in another video. In this scene we see the constellation of Virgo in the night sky on the background of the Golden Gate Bridge. The jet from the extinguisher released on the bridge is a tsunami. We see the constellation of Virgo standing knee-deep in water. This is the ocean, against the background of the starry sky. Haze. This is an approaching tsunami. Behind her we can see a wall on which water glare is reflected. It means a wall of water, and a wall of water, it means a tsunami. Here is a frame from the iPad God. On it we can see the coast of San Francisco, namely the port of San Francisco. Here is the emblem of the port of San Francisco. The Grand Princess cruise ship, which was forced to return to the port of San Francisco in early 2020, when those infected with coronavirus were found on board. You can see the frozen tsunami that will hit San Francisco. She drives through San Francisco, goes to the beach and drives into the ocean at high speed. A powerful blow of water into the windshield is a tsunami. The car sinks. Music video of Lady Gaga on the same theme. People are drowning. One of the episodes of the movie Planet of the Apes. All things are connected. California coast. You can see the destruction, silt, mud, corpses. This cathedral from iPad God also shows us Grace Cathedral in San Francisco and Notre Dame Cathedral from France. So, brothers and sisters, if you live on the West Coast, save yourself. Less than a year left. God bless you. All glory to Jesus.